Welcome. Once again, a population control bill has been introduced in the Indian Parliament. This time, it is a constitutional amendment bill. Population control, as you may know, is a favorite topic with Indian politicians. Where do you stand? Why don't you check your PQ and see if you've got it right? Here are a few commonly held beliefs about population. Are they true or false? Let's see if the facts check out. India is going through a population explosion. True or false? Promoting a small family norm is going to reduce the population growth rate. True or false? The population growth rate is leading to an overexploitation of natural resources. True or false? Penalties and incentives will help couples to have small families. True or false? Certain communities, like Muslims, are having more children than they had earlier. True or false? Is India really going through a population explosion? That's not true. The facts don't bear it out. The population growth rate is steadily coming down since the 80s. The graph clearly shows that. India is going through what is called a momentum phase. The many children born earlier are having children now. We have more couples having fewer children, and these young couples rarely have more than 2 children. The population pyramid clearly shows how the earlier broad base has now become a bulge in the middle. In this graph, you can see that the age groups which are actually increasing are the older age groups, 25 to 64 and 65 years and above. All the other age groups show a downward trend. There is a belief that we still need to promote small families. We already have small families. The urban family now has less than 2 children, and taken as a whole, Indian families have no more than 2 children. The last round of the National Family Health Survey conducted 4 years ago showed that the average size was less than 2.2, and things may have improved further since then. The most effective way to reduce population growth is to spread the birth of children over a longer period of time. But for that, we need temporary methods, and in India, we promote terminal methods. The use of contraceptives by couples without children or one child is abysmally low, and that needs to change. The belief that population growth will lead to a depletion of natural resources in the world is everybody's nightmare. But the fact is, poor people consume very little, and it's the richer countries and richer communities that need to review their consumption patterns. The poor may actually need to consume more, and we still have to reduce the depletion of natural resources. Population control through penalties is an all-time favorite with politicians, China being a favorite example. Unfortunately, there is no data. Instead, what we know is that such norms discriminate against the poor, the vulnerable, and also women. The proposals to penalize the third child or the young mother are also completely unjust. What actually happened in China is good to know. China has a serious demographic challenge. In that, not many girls were being born when they had the one-child norm. We in India are facing a similar situation across many states. We won't be a happy society without daughters. Think about it. Slogans like Hamare Do or Unke 25 have been used for a long time to discredit some communities. The NFHS data shows otherwise. The family sizes among all communities is coming down, and that for Muslims, it shows the sharpest decline in recent years. So how was your PQ? Hope it was much better than our politicians. Thank you and goodbye.